Hey everyone, it's the Rooster Teeth podcast. I'm Gus.
I'm Gus.
Nope,
I don't know who I am.
that's Kayla.
I'm Drew.
And I'm Chupie the Chupacabra cat.
What is that?
It's some cat that Eric was showing me right before the podcast.
He lives in
It's
Austin.
some Austin cat.
Oh, really?
Not a chupacabra at all.
It's a
Support
cool
local.
cat.
He eats
Support
bread.
I'm Blaine Gibson. Sorry, podcast audio listeners.
Man, it's been a while, but the U.S. Post Office fucked me over again.
It's only a matter of time.
Wait, how often does this happen? And
Often.
you know you can get tape from them for free. I found out today.
Okay, really quick though, before we go down this path, you know that you're going to be straying that line of, you know, should we abolish the USPS?
Fuck the joy.
You know,
No,
like,
no, no,
are we going to be getting into this
we
territory?
Need the USPS. They provide a very vital
Gus,
service.
are you a libertarian? You just didn't tell us?
No. I actually had a lot of libertarian leanings when I was young.
Sure.
When I was younger, but then I grew compassion for other human beings, and I stopped that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
unborn
criticize.
babies. Now he's totally right. Right?
Yeah. You can criticize things without thinking they need to be
Yeah.
dead,
Yeah.
killed.
Interesting.
I've talked about this many times. The post office sucks at delivering mail to my house. As a result, I have a post office box because now they don't have to even take it out of their building.
I almost asked what your address was. What's your address?
Come down, visit me right after.
Yeah.
That's weird. Where are you at?
Where are you at? What part of town are you in?
And so I got a P.O. box at the post office. That way, they don't even have to leave their building. It's there. They just have to take it off the loading dock and put it in the box. And I was getting I had ordered something online, and the tracking said it got delivered Saturday. And it got marked as delivered Saturday at like 5 p.m. I was like, that's weird. Normally they put the delivery stuff out early. It's weird that it got marked as delivered late in the day. I went down there, checked the P.O. box, nothing in there. I was like, well, that's dumb. Checked it again on Sunday, just to be safe. Nothing in there. I was like, okay. So I had to get up early today because I had to record Black Box Down at 9 this morning. So I had to get up early. That way I could get all ready, go to the post office, got in line. It's like fucking 20 people in line. Finally get up to
P.O. boxes? I thought you just go straight to it. Or is it like a big enough thing that doesn't fit in your P.O. box?
I don't know because it was marked as delivered.
Why was there a line?
And it was empty.
There's always a
There's
line.
always a
There's
line.
always a line at the post
To
office.
get into is there still like
No,
COVID
this was like inside to get up to the
Yeah.
You
counter.
got to think about all the services they offer. You know, you can get your passport at the USPS. You can USPS is great.
They can tell you they delivered something and not have it there.
That's very
so I had
true.
my confirmation printed out, and I go up there and I'm like, hey, this is marked as delivered, but it's not in my box.
I need my fleshlight. Where is it, USPS?
That's why it was way too big to fit
Yeah.
in the box.
Hey,
And the guy's like, hold on, let me go look. And he like disappears into the back. Then like 30 seconds later, he comes back out with my package.
Oh
He
my
goes,
God.
here you go. We were short-staffed on Saturday, so they didn't put it in. I was like, well, why was it marked delivered then? They're like, yeah, they were just real busy.
You can't
it's
do
two
that.
steps.
That's rude. That's against the law.
I was like, what is the
tampering with
point
the
of
mail.
marking it as delivered? You went back there. You knew exactly where it was because you just like went around the corner, then you immediately came back.
So did they had it Saturday when you went in initially?
They must have. It must have been back there.
You just didn't think to go and ask.
They're not open on Saturday.
Oh.
You can
If
go
it's
in
a
and check your
federal
box.
offense for me to open your mail, like then it needs to be a federal offense for the post office to say something was delivered and it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
That
should be
person
illegal.
deserves jail time.
I need Dark Brandon to come out here and
Hell yeah.
and do something
Oh,
about
I'm sorry.
this.
Can somebody explain Dark Brandon?
Yes, thank
Because
you.
I don't know what Dark Brandon
Okay.
is.
Oh.
Is this a right meme?
I think I got it. I think I understand
No,
it.
but so you know the Brandon thing, right?
yeah.
Let's go,
yeah.
Brandon.
Let's go Brandon because they're too bitch baby to say fuck.
But also, even now, sorry, really quick, the left is now owning
Right.
Let's Go Brandon because,
because
the right
the-
thinks that we like
Yeah.
we don't like
we don't like
Brandon.
Biden.
No.
We don't like him.
And aside, real quick, we were at a art show in like somewhere in Texas, and we were walking around, and there were a lot of "Let's Go Brandon" signs. I was with a friend, and she kept going, "Who is Brandon?" And I kept being like, "Oh, that's a really good joke. Yeah, I'm so funny that you are like playing. It's
you know what it
it's a
is.
bit. I get it."
Yeah.
And then we passed on. She's like, "Who's Brandon? I don't get it." And I was like,
Oh, she
"Sam,
didn't know.
This is so funny, Sam. You're really committing to this bit." She's like, "I don't fucking know who Brandon is. Can somebody please explain this?" I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought." And each time I just kept laughing more and more. I think she was just
Yeah.
like really leaning into it. Okay,
Okay,
Dark Brandon.
So
the
Dark
fuck?
Brandon is a leftist meme built off of that because as we all as people who voted for him did not want to vote for him.
Yes. Sure.
So any complaints we have, we're like, yeah, no, we know he sucks, but it was either that or your fascism. So what happened is when Joe Biden accidentally starts to do stuff that's good,
like leftist.
Yeah, then they're like, oh, that's dark Brandon.
Oh, so like the other day.
So he's doing socialism. That's dark Brandon.
Right.
He's giving us our student
Or like
loan money back.
he said
That's dark
he said
Brandon.
that thing to that reporter the other day. It's usually like when he's snarky about shit.
Yeah.
He said that
Yeah,
thing to the
usually,
reporter the other day where he was like, I don't know, does anybody get upset when tech billionaires get a bailout?
That's
And it's like,
dark Brandon.
Dark Brandon.
Dark
Okay,
Brandon.
got
That's
it.
dark Brandon.
Yeah.
So
the,
he's
the
like,
White House quote tweeting
Yo.
when people took PPP loans and didn't pay them back.
Yeah.
That
Dark
made me
Brandon.
hard. I love that. When I saw that, I was like, "Look, the right does this shit all the time.
Right.
Just do. There's no pretense anymore. There's no civilized arguing anymore. Do that.
You know what? Dark Brandon 2024.
Dark Brandon 2024.
Dark Brandon and Joe Biden are like Tuxedo Mask and Momoru from Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
And I know what that is now because I'm binging Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
It's great.
No, you're absolutely correct.
yeah.
Have you watched the live action stuff I sent you yet?
Yeah, so you sent me the live action stuff. It is,
There's live action Sailor Moon.
dude.
It was
it's
like
rough.
It was like a TV show from 2003, I think.
Oh man.
It's like 60 frames per second. They did it before Peter Jackson, and it's
boy.
like real bad. The costumes and everyone looks fucking tired. It ran for how many seasons?
What?
I think it only ran for 2 seasons, but I think it was like 50 episodes or something.
50 episodes into like a feature.
And it's like, but it looks like it's shot on DV.
Yeah.
I
it
need to see
absolutely
that.
was.
Please send this to me.
It's,
You're really
it's
It's fascinating.
It's really interesting. I think I saw that at the very first convention we ever went to for Rooster Teeth. Like they were screening it in one of the the
wild.
screening rooms. I was like, what the fuck is that? And like one of the attendees like gave me a burned DVD with the show.
Is it better or worse than the Corman Fantastic Four?
Which
Like-
one's that?
Oh, the
Roger
one that-
Corman did
Is that
like
the first-
it's the very first one from the no, it's like from the 90s, and everybody's
that's
just
so
in
boring,
practical suits. It looks like the Incredible Hulk from the 70s, but somehow worse.
The thing looks paper mache, and the final shot is I think Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic getting married or something, but they're driving off in a limousine, and they have a practical Mr. Fantastic arm. Like
Yeah.
very clearly, the wires are poking out,
Yeah.
and he's waving goodbye. It's so awesome. The original MCU is fucking amazing.
Oh,
You
yeah.
look back
Yeah.
at the Lou Ferrigno Hulk, they had a Thor appearance in there. There was like an old Captain America movie where he had like a clear shield, and it's just such dog shit.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's dog shit. It's
absolutely
so
awful.
cool.
Dude, no,
Please
it's just
watch
because
it.
it's like the things that you love now, the MCU, it's like the biggest franchise ever. They had it back in the 70s and 80s, but it's like we had
A
the
lot of
MCU at home.
spandex. Yeah.
MCU at home.
Have you watched Triple R yet?
Yes, I finally
Okay,
did.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna have to like sell you on.
Is that how you say? I always say RRR.
I say I don't know. I don't. It's probably RR.
I don't know.
I say RRR.
Okay. Man, that's
Have
the
you seen
one.
it, Kayla?
No.
So good.
That's the Bollywood movie.
Tollywood.
Hollywood movie.
Hollywood
It's
movie.
insane. It's
What's
like
Tollywood?
It's just a different region.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a Marvel movie except
Musical.
with historical figures.
Is
They
there
have-
music in it?
It's like
Yes,
fanfic.
oh, yeah.
It's like someone made a movie. They're like, what if George Washington and Abraham Lincoln met and they were bros and they fucked up the British?
I love that.
They did.
With like historic figures from India.
Yeah.
They did
Sick as
Abe
hell.
Lincoln Vampire Hunter a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was actually trying to figure out, and I want to hear your take on this. What's the closest approximation to Western RRR? The closest I could come was Mad Max Fury Road.
Marvel movie. I would say any like Mad Max Fury Road maybe.
Like,
Dude, I watched that movie for the
big.
first time the other day. Oh, it's so good.
First
For the
time?
first
No,
time?
no, just recently. Not for the first time.
Oh, okay.
In a while.
In a while.
Gonna
Okay.
choke you out.
I got ahead of myself.
You should watch it. We should watch it together, but it's gonna set aside like an entire Saturday
Yeah, just watch movies.
for snack breaks. No, because for just that movie.
Okay.
Because and like my friend said, like the first 20 minutes, she was like, the first 20 minutes, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna turn it off, and but stick with it. And then it's she was like, it's 3 hours. I was like, there's no way. I'm never gonna get through a 3 hour movie. And no, by the end of it, you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
more.
It's got a Marvel actor in it.
Really?
The evil British guy is Ray Stevenson or something. He played Punisher in Punisher Warzone when they rebooted it, and then he also played one of Thor's dudes in the Thor movies.
Also a bad guy.
No, he's a good guy.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
Thor's dudes.
Punisher, debatable.
dudes.
Thor's dudes.
Good guy, bad guy.
that's
Who's to say?
that'll be the next Taika Thor.
dudes.
Thor's dudes.
Thor's dudes.
Thor's dudes.
This has gone off the rails. What were
Yeah.
you saying about the cat?
It's an Austin cat influencer. It likes to eat bread. It looks like a chupacabra.
Do you feel like this is Allison's first cat influencer, or have we had another one?
no,
No.
there's that cloned cat.
Oh, and
You
we-
met him.
Don't we have like the
What about
ugly
the one-
dog too? No, no.
Which one?
Like the weird one with like his tongue out.
That's not
Ew.
from Austin, I don't
No.
think.
Wait,
Okay.
is he the white little Maltese, or is he the one that won the fucked up dog award?
Point is, we live in a dystopia where there are multiple dog influencers that are
Yeah.
super famous.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Dog and cat.
I follow my favorite Instagram and TikToks are like the cute disabled animals, and I just want to pour all my love into those guys because they're fucking adorable.
Oh, it's that dog that screams. They live in Cedar Park. Walter, the screaming.
Walter the
yeah.
Frenchie. Yeah.
Yeah, Walter the Frenchie's from Cedar Park.
He goes like,
Yeah, and then everybody remixes him.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's great.
I've never heard of his work, but I'll check it out after the show.
The remix, the remix of his stuff is really good.
He loves crying and complaining about stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if Gus was a French bulldog.
Hey.
It's like if they delivered his stuff, but then didn't deliver it, and then you had to go talk to someone.
Okay, but no, Gus is right because I went home for like 2 months. I did a mail freeze. They're not supposed to deliver the
Right.
mail to my house. Why the fuck was the mail getting delivered to my house, but then also some of it wasn't getting
Right.
delivered to my house?
Nightmare.
And honestly, the stuff that was getting delivered was the stuff that I super didn't want getting delivered. And so then I go to the post office that is 3 blocks away from my house, and I wait in line for 25 minutes because there's always a fucking line.
There's always a line.
And I get to the front and I say, hey, I put a freeze on my mail. Can I please have my mail, please? And he was like, oh, we don't service this zip code. What do you mean you don't service this
You're
zip
3
code?
blocks from
You're
your
3
house.
blocks from my fucking house. He was like, yeah, no, this is the place you need to go. And it's all the way down south.
Oh,
It's
is that like some like gerrymandering zoning
Oh,
bullshit?
yeah,
it
you're
was
probably in
way
the
the fuck
fucking
down
zone.
south. Like I had to cross the river. It's stupid. So I get there, and because it took so long to get there because of traffic, I walk in at like 4:45. They close at 5 p.m.
Oh, they hate you.
There's a line.
There's a line. No, there's a line. The woman, I go in, I wait in line at the normal line I always wait in because there are 2 lines. I get to the front and I'm like, hey, I had a package for you, mail package. And he was like, oh, actually, it's that line
The
over
other
there.
line.
So then I had to go to the other line, wait in that line. I was there until like 5:35 because she was only taking 4 people's names at the time.
Oh my
And then she would go
God.
to the back, and then she would come back, and then she'd be like, Jason R. And then he'd come over and be like, this isn't all my mail. And she'd be like, this is all that was back there. I got a notification I had a package back there. I didn't see it. Okay. It was just that over and
Tail
over
between
again.
legs, leaving.
Just the whole time. Then I get to in the grouping, I was like the last person, and she cut it off at me, which made me more mad. So then, she takes care of that. I understand they're overworked. It's not their fault.
Sure.
Fuck the joy. Fuck the joy. And then I get to the front. I give her my thing. And I show her, okay, I get to the front. You're supposed to have a slip that's in the mailbox that tells you to come get your mail. My mail keeps getting stolen, which is why I stopped the mail. So I never had that slip because it got stolen when someone stole all the mail that was supposed to be
Right.
frozen. So I say, hey, I don't have that. And it was like, well, we can't do anything. Before this, when I tried to go online to find if I could
digital
get it,
slip? Yeah.
I put in the code for my thing, and they're like, we don't have that on record.
Bro.
So you made a hold, but it didn't
I go
exist.
no, I go to the email that says you have a hold. Here it is for your records. I click on it, I copy it, I paste it in the thing it takes me to. We don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Here's my pitch. You get a job at the post office, and then you get me a job at the post office, and we infiltrate the entire post office service from the inside. Priority Gus. And then from
Then
there,
everyone else.
and then
We're
And
busting
everyone
this thing
else,
wide
yeah.
open.
in Gus we trust. And
Honestly,
then-
I'm into it.
One time I went to. Go ahead.
I was going to say, there was a really interesting video about the USPS that Tom Scott put out like 2 weeks ago now, I think, where he visited an OCR. He visited a center where people just sit in front of a computer and they look at scanned images of mail. It's like the mail that their OCR technology cannot figure out what the address is.
oh,
Oh.
So it's like
because the handwriting's so
what,
fucking
what
shit.
percentage of
Damn
that
it.
is just Santa?
Yeah.
no, there's separate. Like Santa gets handled separately.
Santa gets handled separately.
But this is like
Santa
an
handler.
actual piece of mail that needs to get delivered that the OCR technology cannot figure out what the letter says.
Okay.
So it has to flash in front of a human, and they have to very quickly on like a modified keyboard type like part of the street, part of the number, part of the city, and the zip.
it'll, like-
it's like a coded
Right.
way like to type
They're
it
like
quickly.
code breakers for sloppy
You know-
handwriting.
and then-
Ghost in the
and when
Shell,
home-
the
can you not do that
robot
from
ladies
home?
with
Yeah.
the multi fingers. It looks that's
That's kind of what it reminded me of.
Like
But
one of those
what like
fucked up keywords.
so what's really happening in real time is it's like say here in Austin, a piece of mail gets scanned. The machine doesn't know what it is, so it stays on a belt circling in the system. It flashes up on the screen at this processing center. They type in what it is, and then here in Austin, it gets diverted to the correct place. Like it's not like it even gets pulled out of the system.
It just keeps
enters in a
circling.
holding pattern in the system until it gets clarified, and then it gets diverted
Or
off to
shipped back
continue
or
going.
shipped back to Indonesia, as was my issue.
Right.
Last time.
Now I want to know what you got from Indonesia.
A bunch of shirts.
Word.
Kayla's got like everything figured out. Am I allowed to tell the Yeezys?
Sure.
Yeah, she's got like Yeezys for $5.
Yeah.
How?
You just buy directly from the warehouse.
Yeah.
In
You
China.
just find a dude in China who's like, yeah, I'll
So
get you some
okay, so
Yeezys.
this is what it is. Imagine you work for Adidas, the Adidas shoe place in China.
Right.
Adidas is like, these are our shoes, these are our patents, make them. So you do that, but then like after hours when they're not paying you, if you make more shoes, who cares? So here's the thing, because of patent loss, they can't sell any of that stuff outside of China.
Okay.
So what you have to do is you just find some guy in China and you just give him money and then as a gift, and then he goes and buys the exact thing that you told him to buy. And then he's like, "Oh, do you want this? I can give it to you for free as a gift." And you're like, "Yeah, thank you. I would like that." And then they ship them to you, and then you have you have 3 pairs of Yeezys for the price of one.
Easy.
Easy.
Yeezy's made easy.
Last
Now
time,
I know what you're thinking. Oh, they're not.
No.
they're the exact
They're the exact
identical
shoe
ones.
with the logo and everything.
Yeah, it's got the Ultra Boost soles. Like it is simply a Yeezy.
It's got the flash photography, like anti-paparazzi
Yeah,
thing,
they're
too.
like reflective.
Tested
So
it.
like, how much research went into you finding
So
this man in China who definitely didn't give
So there's
who gifted you?
there's a subreddit for this,
Of course.
and they post like places that they found stuff that was good. Sometimes it's bad quality. Sometimes it is
Got it.
fake. But they like suss through
What's-
the people.
what's the name of the-
I can't drop it. I'm not gonna dox them
no,
like that.
you can't.
I
you
gotta
can't
dox
do
them like that. And then so you find it's like, oh, this buyer is
Okay,
reputable.
wait. So then back up even further. How did you find out about the subreddit? Because this is where I get stuck. Anytime I want to start a new hobby,
Why are you looking at me?
Why are you
I
looking
don't know
at
why-
him?
No,
Why
I
are
don't
you
know
looking at
anything.
him?
I don't know why she looked at me. That's not me.
Kayla's in the loop.
But like anytime I
She
start
knows.
researching a new thing, if I go straight to the subreddit, I'm like, I don't fucking understand a word anybody's saying here. Like, I don't understand.
Well,
try
I
to-
didn't understand shit that they were saying, but you learn as you go because you just gotta, because it happened. Because I when YouTube just keeps sending you shit,
Right.
And it just like has the same video, and you're
Watch
like,
just watch it, right.
fucking watch it. So like finally watched it, and I watched like 8 of his videos, and then one was about like
the guy you bought the shoes from?
no, just like then this guy was like, this is a store-bought Yeezy, this is one I got from China. Let's see if we can tell the difference. And then from there it was downhill.
But speaking of all that stuff, you should buy our merch at store.roosterteeth.com. Please don't go to a dude in China who will give it to you as a gift. New Squad Team Force merch available now.
Smirch.
Smirch.
Last time I was at
It's
the
good.
USPS, there was a guy that was ahead of me, and he was like, "Hey, do you guys ship firearms?" And then my ears like kind of perked up.
Do they?
And they're like, "Yeah, like whatever." Like they were talking to me. He's like, "Yeah, it's like an older rifle, but it still works." And like, "How do you want to do this? How do you want to treat it?" And they're like, "Well, do you have it on you?" "Oh yeah, it's out in my truck." And I'm like, "Okay, well, why don't you go get that rifle?" And then I was just like, I want to get through this line as fast as fucking
Going
possible.
postal.
So I went in and I did my stuff as quickly as I could, and then I just like avoided that.
He asked ahead of time. This is not the
Right.
one you have
He
to
was
worry
trying
He
to
about.
handled
Yeah.
it well, but it also like white dude who seemed like he was very on the internet. I just didn't want to be around with him and a gun. Just didn't. No thanks.
Yeah.
When, that reminds me when I was having fun at the post office this morning.
Yeah.
One of the women in front of me went up, like little old lady. I was like, oh god, it's gonna take forever.
Shipping a pistol.
And she showed up with like this envelope, and she's of course speaking very loudly to the guy at the
Full of
counter.
grenades.
And she puts the envelope on the counter and says, "I need to ship this to Slovakia." And I'm like, okay, that's a weird thing.
Oh.
And the guy, postal employee, like picks up the letter, and it's got like a weird bump in it. And he's like, touching it. And he goes, "What's in here?"
Drugs.
And she says, "It's
Uranium.
it's photos. I put them in a Ziploc bag." So in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck is this lady doing?
That's when you notice the old woman makeup neck peeling underneath her collar.
And
Sweat.
the employee, the postal employee, is like, "Oh, I'm trying to figure out if you need to file a customs declaration on this, because normally if it's not documents, you need to." So you can tell, like in his head, he's like going through the whatever the regulations are. Then, like as if it helps, she's like, "They're photos of my daughter's graduation." I'm like, "What are you?"
Nobody
Really?
cares.
No, one,
This
it
is the
doesn't.
post office.
One, it doesn't matter. Two, why are you not emailing this? Why are you you printed out photos
Yeah.
in the year 2022,
Yeah.
Right.
put them in a Ziploc,
bag.
and
so they don't get wet, Gus.
you're mailing them to Slovakia.
Duh.
And the guy's like, all right, it'll be there in 2 to 3 weeks. Costs $3.90. And she's like, how much is it to send it faster? Then he types. He's like, well, you can get it there in less than a week, but it's $39. And then she's like, yeah, the $4 one.
Yeah.
That's fine.
1/10 of the price.
She goes, it's going to my ex-husband. He can wait.
Oh my
You have so
God.
much of this lady's
Layers.
story.
Wow.
Layers.
I feel like you have enough information to dox this lady.
No,
absolutely.
Without,
Yeah, we don't need to know all these things about your life.
Right.
These are
But-
all irrelevant facts.
You think that the most TMI moment I've ever had was at a bank.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Wells
Go
Fargo.
on.
Wells Fargo, worst bank in the world. Do not bank with them.
God, they're
I had to
awful.
go
This
in.
episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Fuck Wells Fargo. I needed money to pay my rent, so I went in to get
That's how that
dollars
works?
to pay my rent. And surprisingly, no line, just two people in front of me. But there's a woman sitting in the lobby.
Okay.
And she's on the phone, and she's doing that like that Gen X thing where they're on the phone at the volume. They'd be on the phone at home.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
not
Gus,
just
you know
like
that thing?
Hey, not just like hey, I'm at the bank. Can I call you back?
Right.
Just fully having a conversation.
Hey, please fucking text me like a normal human being. No,
Yeah.
it's not that.
So apparently the woman's father had just passed, and it sounded like she was talking to a friend or a sibling or a cousin or something. I don't know. And she was on the phone, and she was just like, no, we went up to the house. Yeah, no, we went up to the house. What else are we supposed to do? We had a bunch of stuff in the house. Nothing good. He got rid of all the good stuff. You know what he did have? Yeah, no, pornography. Yeah, no, Asian pornography. Yeah, why would he leave something like that for his daughters to find? It's disgusting. We had to go in there and clean up all of his pornography, all Asian. I don't know what the man was into. And I was just like, it's a Tuesday.
Ma'am, we're at the Wells Fargo right now.
It would have been great if she was like, yeah, we had to watch it all. We
had to watch
we
it
don't
all.
know if
We had
there's
to
home
check it
movie-
out.
Yeah.
Maybe there's home movies in
Yeah.
there. I don't know.
And then at one point she says he knows he was nearing the end. Why wouldn't he get rid of it before he died?
I feel like if you have that much pornography in your house, if it's a couple of
Yeah.
wheelbarrows full and you're crapping out, if you're
It's-
shit in the bed, you're not going to be able to transport that
It
very far.
sounded like a lot.
I feel like you got to build you need to know that this is coming. If you're going to run the risk of owning sex toys and pornography for
Bro.
your children to find, you need to have in movies when they're like, this is going to go on the internet. If I don't type in this password, so if you kill me, the failsafe will activate and then it'll go out to everyone.
Oh, God.
You need one of those protocols
Yeah.
for when
But
you
it
die.
also sounds like this dude just had mags.
No, it was he was an old guy, so it was it's just magazines.
Furnace.
And,
so you just need a furnace.
yeah,
That's all.
it wasn't.
Just
It
a
wasn't
bedside
like
furnace.
it wasn't like a computer with a bunch of porn on it. This was physical media.
Yeah. It's a order house full of porn.
No, literally.
Wow.
I got another USPS story. There was this one time where
I
I
love
had
this.
to mail my mom a check with my phone bill because I was on the family plan.
Yeah.
And this is in college. And I sent her an envelope with the check. But because I'm a child, I wanted to send her a Pokemon card, some quarters, a picture that I drew, a bunch of stupid bullshit. Because, I was just trying to be cute and make my mom smile. And my handwriting's awful.
Is it dog shit?
And apparently, I put so much stuff in the envelope that it was too heavy to send.
Yeah.
But the post office just let it clear because I think they were convinced.
They thought it was a little kid.
My mom said they were convinced he was a child.
Oh my God.
So they let it send.
And that's why the post office loses money.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why I support the post
Hey,
office.
it's not supposed to make money. It is a
public
service.
service.
public service. Yeah.
Fire department.
They do
Yeah.
lose a phenomenal amount of money, though.
You know who loses more money? Police.
Blizz?
Wow, how do you
I said the police.
Oh.
I thought you said Blizz.
No, I said the police. In legal litigation.
Sure.
In legal litigation.
Or I mean, have you seen the budget for LAPD's marketing
yeah, or
department?
militarization or propaganda. Yeah.
Bananas.
It's insane.
Yeah.
What if we took some of that money, just a tiny bit? I'm just throwing this out here, and we paved a road, or what if we built we could build a train
a
or
park.
or
Eric does
what
not
if we
like that.
or what if we just
I think Eric's a
what if we just
libertarian.
I don't know. Or gave one teacher a pack of expo markers.
That angle of Eric is my favorite because he looks like he's standing
Yeah, but
really weird. He's a little man.
Toddler arms the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Chupie.
Anyway,
The Chupacabra.
Chupie the
I'm gonna
Libertarian
eat some
Gremlin.
the libertarian gremlin. Listen, we just need more. We just need more fiscal oversight. All right,
All right, figure it out.
figure it out. I should run for office.
I want to meet that Chupie the Chupacabra cat.
Let's
That
find
cat
him.
looked insane. Did you see that
find
photo they threw up just a minute ago?
I noticed.
Holy God!
I went into detective mode and they had a HEB wrapper on the tortillas, and I was like, "That is Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's our parts."
Yeah.
Did you know Dallas? Oh, you know this. Doesn't have an HEB.
What?
My mom is
They have
getting
Kroger?
one in Allen.
Yeah,
my parents.
The closest one is out. I was driving back to Oklahoma this weekend, so where my parents live, and drove
say
through
where?
Dallas.
Well,
Huh? No, you can't say where. It's a tiny ass town.
HEB originally started in South Texas, right? So
Right.
like Dallas is like as far away, like that's the other side of the
right.
world to them.
Right.
That's up.
They're getting them.
And West Texas. But yeah.
Take over. Fuck Kroger.
No,
I
want-
didn't realize
Dude,
until recently
HEB.
how small and regional Randall's is.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's
There's-
only Austin and
there's-
Houston.
Get the
Yeah.
fuck out.
That's it.
Wait, I thought,
Sorry,
I thought
that
they
just
had some in
blew my
LA.
mind. They're
There's
so
none in
expensive
LA?
and bad. No. You're thinking of
Safeway, which owns Randall's.
there's Safeway, but there's also like
There's another R one. Roche Brothers.
Ralph's. Yeah, it's
There's
Ralph's.
Ralph's and
I was gonna
Roche-
call
Roche-
it
Roche
Ron's.
Brothers.
welcome to Ron's.
No,
Here's a banana.
Ron's our stepdad. We hate.
There are 32 Randall's.
Jesus, I thought there was okay, but then it's Safeway. It's just a Safeway.
Right, it's just like a subsidiary
So
of Safeway.
I didn't realize how good HEB was until I went to Massachusetts last year and Denver this year. Their grocery stores blow.
What shithole were you shopping at?
Like Denver has this thing called King Supers, and with a
Oh,
name like
I've been to
King
King Su-
Supers,
I've been to King
you think like,
Supers.
oh, I'm highfalutin at the King Supers.
No.
No, Devile. It's a
Is it-
repoed Albertsons.
Is it like a Piggly Wiggly?
No,
It's like an Ingles.
It's a step up from a Piggly Wiggly.
So an Ingles.
Yeah,
My favorite thing is regional stores because my girlfriend was telling me
Your
about
favorite
ones in
thing.
Orlando.
Yeah.
Yes, and she said
In the
Like,
whole world.
Oh, like Publix.
we got to go to PDQ's, Wawa's,
Wait, where's-
and Huey Magoo's.
where's your girlfriend
And I was
Huey
like, you're
Magoo-
fucking.
Huey
I
Magoo.
said,
Huey Magoo.
you're fucking
Wait,
lying to
where-
me.
where-
This is what I
where-
said. I said, you're fucking lying to me.
Where's she from?
Florida.
Orlando. Well, she's from Miami,
okay.
but then she moved to Orlando, and then I stole her and took her
it's
to Texas.
real.
Huey Magoo's,
Huey
Magoo's,
Magoo's.
and
Throw it up on the
Wawa's.
screen.
Huey, what is Huey Magoo?
What is
Well, I know
Chicken
Wawa's.
tenders.
She's fucking lying. No, it's not real. She made that website. She bought it at GoDaddy or whatever.
Wait,
the
have
fuck.
you had a Publix chicken tender sandwich yet?
Ooh, buddy.
Publix is like my beach grocery store.
Okay.
Bro.
Anytime we're visiting the beach, you go to
The
Publix.
only grocery store to rival HEB would be Publix, due
It's
to their
expensive
sandwiches.
as hell, though.
They've got
Sure.
they got those like dipped pretzels, the sweet dipped pretzels. Fuck,
Probably.
dude, so good.
There's nothing better than every time I go home, I touch down, I hit land.
Touch
If it-
grass.
I touch grass. If it is daylight, I'm like, Mom, can we go to Publix?
Oh, y'all got Publix where you're at?
Yeah, Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Word.
I get the fucking. I've never had better store chicken. Like it's the best.
like rotisserie or what?
They got rotisserie. They have wings. They have like deep
They got-
fried wings. They got a chicken.
HEB
tender
doesn't do deep fry
sandwich.
anymore. Isn't that nuts? There's not an HEB that does deep fried chicken, like deep fried chicken, fried chicken,
Yeah.
deep fried chicken.
They got the cafe.
But that's the Mueller
like, that's the
Cafe
Mueller
though, not the HEB.
That's not
Like
in
you
HEB
can't go to the
proper.
HEB hot bar and be like, "Hey, give me a pound of fried chicken."
That's
Hey,
weird.
They
deep
don't.
fried chicken.
Love Publix.
Remember the old like the deli at that one? They had like all the foods. Now it's all like in the containers and it's
Right,
still
'cause they're,
good.
they're trying to
but-
like model after Trader Joe's. They're trying to get that Trader
is
Joe's.
that what they're
Oh, is that what
doing?
they're doing?
Which
TJ's?
I was thinking the other day because we do HelloFresh, and I don't know what this show's sponsored by, but sorry if it's Blue Apron.
None of those.
Great, thank God. But we do HelloFresh, and I was like, man, if HEB did like a HelloFresh, the game fucking over for
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Like I'd never
Yeah.
leave
Isn't
my
that
house.
just door delivery?
Full hermit, yeah, but just like not
do it
like
they
in-
I don't have to do a
they
whole
curate-
head of cabbage.
That's
They're
the
gonna give me, like, a
combo
half-
loco. Oh,
They've done that before. Like you can buy. They sometimes sell, depending on the time of year. They'll sell like combinations that they wrap up if you want to make your own like caldo, like your own Mexican
Oh, yeah,
soup.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like everything all wrapped up in one package.
Yeah.
Like it's the same kind of deal.
caldo packs.
HEB has really good queso where it's like they give you all of the little ingredients and then you just the point is like when you're cooking out barbecue or hamburgers, you just put it on the grill next to your shit and then it all melts and then you just mix it together. It's the best queso.
I do want to rewind for a second.
Yeah.
Because I was in Denver last year and I went to a King Supers.
Okay.
And the dumbest thing about King Supers is that it's not King SUPERS.
Nope.
No.
It's King SOOPERS.
no.
SOOP.
SOOPER apostrophe S.
Yeah,
King Super.
King Super.
What, is that a word?
King Koopas.
Where you can help
What
me
is
spot
that?
this. Have you ever been to a quick stop? I think it might be an Oklahoma chain. come and go.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
we had
KUM.
we had a come and go
a come and
across
go.
the street from my high school.
Which is in the city of.
I'm not going to say it out
Okay, all
loud
right, all
because
right.
the town is too small. But a weird thing is that you have family in that town too.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why we were like
Are you guys
fast
related?
friends.
And then like
related?
like
I actually
when me
didn't
and-
trust you when I
me
first
and
met
Blaine met. I went to high school with his cousin
Joe.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I remember Joe. We both had theater together. And I was like, ask Blaine, ask Joe about me. And he goes, I have no idea who that is.
Cool. So cool.
So Joe Gibson, if you listen to the podcast, go fuck yourself.
I had a
he's
story
a very
about Joe,
nice
but I'm
guy.
not allowed to say. He was he's like, I think he's like a government dude, or at one point,
word.
and But never mind.
I just remember here's my only Joe Gibson memory. He had to do like a dramatic interpretation or a humorous interp for drama class.
And for your mind gaze of what Joe looks like, just imagine me, but squatter and a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
Continue.
And so he had to sit in like a giant chair.
Okay.
And so he just looked. I just remember seeing this like a grown ass man. He's like 18, but like his little feet were kicked out, and like he was just in a giant chair, like doing this dramatic interpretation. It's the only Joe memory I have.
Huh.
That and he played the tuba.
You played the tuba. That's right.
You know what that means?
What?
What does that mean?
Oh, were you not there? When
Oh
Blizz-
yeah, when someone got hate crimed or
Yeah,
whatever.
when Blizz got hate crimed.
What?
We can't say who did it.
I'm not gonna say who did it, but Blizz was having dinner with someone at this very company.
Someone who could be in this room
Right
at this
now.
moment.
Just instead of a murder mystery party, it's just somebody hate crime
Yeah.
party.
And he was like, and Blizz is bisexual. And
Sure.
Blizz was like talking about himself, and he said something. I play the tuba, and that guy was just like, "Oh, so you're like really good at blowjobs then?" And it's like,
Word.
How is that correlated? He didn't say rimming. He said
Sure.
blowjobs.
You know-
that is two different skills.
How do you like? Because
How do you play the tuba? Because maybe I'm picturing
You
it wrong.
purse your
you
lips.
Yeah, that's what I
sucking in
thought.
this, but also I was
You
imagining.
don't play
I did
like
it. I did
this.
it correctly. I did it fucking correctly. I was in percussion. I sat next to those motherfuckers all the time. Sat next
Yeah.
to Joe Gibson, who doesn't remember who I am. I know how to play the tuba. Eric.
Would that be a good or bad blowjob?
I thought blowjobs were you blew on a penis until I was like 14.
I think that guy.
I thought you were like
think
trying
that
to
guy thinks
inflate
so
a penis.
too.
If you want to give raspberries to an erection,
Sure.
Yeah.
get a tuba
I was
player.
imagining
player.
you grab the foreskin and you blow it like a hot air balloon.
But see, here's the
Tie it
thing.
up.
Here's a question I've always been too afraid to ask. Okay.
What?
If
Yes.
a blowjob
Yes.
is
Yeah.
you blow into a penis, does the penis inflate at all?
Like it hurts.
foreskin.
Of course it does.
No, your bladder does.
Does your bladder
It's
or does like
like a
the
balloon.
dick itself? I just want like if
you
I've
do
never
it
asked
right,
that
it goes
question
straight into
before
the
in public.
bladder.
I've always been too afraid to ask.
I don't think. No. I think the foreskin thing has some legs.
Oh, I had
think we're
a
going
terrifying question that I thought of today.
What?
If you could die for 20 minutes and there was a 99%, like there was a procedure, it was like, we're going to kill you and you're
Okay.
going to know what it's like to die.
Yeah.
Flatliner.
Yes.
A flatliner situation.
Yes.
99%
Yes.
chance that you come back.
Yes.
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 No.
No.
I'm doing
What's the $1 million butt? Like
There's
what
no
do I
$1
get?
million butt. It's just like you get to figure out. Like I'm terrified.
Oh.
I'm terrified of dying.
I'm in it
it's
for the
like,
1%.
Hey, we'll kill you, and then you can come back and it'll be fine.
I couldn't do that to my partner and our pets.
No, but you come back.
You
It's
come
only
back
20
99%
minutes.
99% chance.
It's
Right.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
99%.
I'm doing it.
But
Every
also
time.
that changes you.
Flatliners Club.
Flatliners. Let's go.
You got to do it. You have to do it one time just to get it out of your
Just to
system.
get it out of your
Just
system.
gotta-
I am
just
gonna-
try it.
Eric,
It's like
I am
skydiving,
going to do
please.
it one time to get it out of my system, and it's at the very fucking end.
Yeah.
There's no coming back from that. I'm not doing it twice.
You
It's
go-
one and done,
No, You
baby.
do it. You do it. You fly to Toronto. You knock on Drake's door, and it's like YOLO. I don't think so.
What?
YOLA.
But
Just
like,
Jon
what
Snow
happens?
myself. It's called
Yeah.
the Jon Snow procedure. That's a terrible joke.
What if you find out something you don't want?
Then you tell the world.
now you know?
Changed.
Then you tell the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Flatliners Club. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
It's like a twisted version of Bird Box. Like you're going around trying to convince everyone to like open their eyes or
Yeah.
die for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, just die for 20 minutes.
Man, that movie.
Bird
I
Box?
haven't thought about that in a while. Yeah.
Let's think about forcing people's eyes open.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
that
Oh,
movie,
Which is like where that guy like grabs, look at the thing, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
then you got Bird Box.
So in chat, Coffee Break wanted me to remind you forgot to talk about the free tape.
The
free tape?
Oh, from USPS.
Oh yeah. I saw it on TikTok today. So the I believe it's USPS and not UPS. I get them all confused. But
Brown?
you can go you can just be like, give me the tape, and they'll give you like a thick ass roll of like Scotch tape for free.
They
It
used
ain't
to. They used to
USPS.
charge you.
Yeah, USPS, like we bought
I don't
tape
know.
and they were
Yeah, like
Maybe it's UPS.
they used to
I'll send you the
charge-
TikTok, Gus.
yeah, it was stupid.
But there's a lot.
But the
are
TikTok
we sure that's
it was,
real?
It was like this dude was like, "Hey guys, don't forget, you can go get free tape from this company that sells mailing things." And he had like 8 rolls, and then it was like factor cap, and then some guy was like, "Yeah, I went. Well, here's my roll," and they're like thick ass rolls.
Yeah, it's
so.
a full roll of tape.
There's a phone number you can call to order it.
Let's do it.
Oh, did you find the free
Order
tape?
it right
You found
now.
the free tape.
Order
did.
it right now.
I
you
want-
can get that with your COVID test.
I want a resource with all of the free, like COVID tests, tape, like all of the free things that you are eligible to get.
yeah, I
just
want
'cause.
anything.
There's a
from
subreddit
the
for that, but
government.
Kayla won't tell us what it is.
Oh,
No. I want anything that the government gives out for free, but they don't want you to know, even though you're paying for it. With
Oh, you're
tax
calling them right now
dollars.
to see if you can get the tape. It's after. Is it Eastern time?
It's Eastern time. It's like what?
So it's like 4:30, 6:30. It's 8 a.m. right now in Eastern.
To hear our privacy policy, press 2.
Yeah,
dude, go.
I don't want privacy policy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want tape.
you're gonna be on there forever.
You're right.
Yeah, man.
I'm at 20 seconds in. I don't have tape yet.
We have the best UPS by our office, and I had a really funny experience there. Oh,
To an agent, is that correct?
Go. Okay, no, I'm out.
Thank God.
there was these dudes who were shipping. It was like a toilet or like a machine part. It was very heavy and very large, and they'd put it on a pallet, and you could tell that they put a lot of like effort into packing it and taping it and securing it to the pallet. And they bring it in, and there's a lady working at the UPS, and she's like going through, and they're trying to explain. They're kind of mansplaining what's going on with it and stuff like that. And
Are
she
they
looks
some of
at
this
it.
thing to their ex in Slovakia?
Yeah, no, they're sending it to Slovakia, and she's looking at it, and like they're doing all this explanation stuff, and it's kind of already weird because of that like thing going on. And then she just says, "Yeah, we can't take that because the pallet is upside down, so like the forklift goes in like this, and you did it wrong." And then they're both just sitting there, just like, "Yeah, fuck."
Two
And,
dudes
like-
having to carry it
Yeah.
back out.
Yeah.
In like 105, 110
Oh,
degree
no.
weather, and then they had to like carry it out, repack it at their house, then bring it back. It was the best like moment.
Oh, what the hell? That's such a huge fuck up.
It was
Yeah.
the biggest.
It's like step 1, put the pallet right side
Right.
up.
Yep. And they failed. Yeah, it was rough to watch.
Brutal.
Just skip step 5.
Skip what? South
Right?
Park?
step
If you,
5.
if you fuck up step 1, just skip to step 5.
Skip South by. Move this big giant thing. Skip South by. You'll be fine.
Skip to that. Oh, it is ACL. You guys are going to ACL?
Is it ACL time?
Like in
like
a month and a half.
A month and a half.
Yeah.
I got spoiled when I was very young because I got to work ACL, and you can never go back because they have like a food court and they put you on a golf cart, and then
Oh,
you get to be
sick.
side stage for everything, and it's like,
Did
and then you get paid.
ACL twice for Flaming Lips. Fucking awesome.
That is the most off-brand band
Is
that came
it?
out of your mouth.
That feels on brand for me.
No, what? No.
I don't do modern and stuff like that.
that
I was just
not a
going
rock
because
and roll band?
it just happened to be like, hey, we're going to this thing. We have an extra ticket. Come with us. And I was like, okay. Both times it just happened to be Flaming Lips.
Oh, okay.
And I was just
You're
drunk
not
in
like a
there
big
for it.
Flaming Lips head.
Not at all.
Was it better or worse than the Lumineers concert?
Then the what concert?
Lumineers.
Did you go to the Lumineers? I mean, that's way more on brand for you.
I love my sister and I love my brother-in-law, and they've been to Lumineers.
Did you get one of those big like hats? The
Let's
big
think.
like
Let's
broad
think about
hats?
this.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
They love the Lumineers. They have like each album that the Lumineers has put out correlates with the child that they've given birth to.
What?
And like
Whoa.
apparently they have a whenever they go to the hospital to deliver a baby, apparently you can choose your playlist.
Sure.
And each time they've chosen a different Lumineers album to represent the different child.
Okay.
So like big Lumineer heads.
So what? What's your favorite Lumineers song?
The one where they go, hey!
The joke is that's every Lumineers song.
They literally have a song called
Hey ho.
Hey Ho. I was I just sat there
Miserable.
just sitting there like, but my sister and brother-in-law had a fucking blast, dude.
Here's the thing.
Kristen and I, not so much.
I've started to get to the point in my life where like the phrase that I use is like embrace the chug. Where it's
Yeah.
like something's chuggy and we're just gonna go do it. Like
Full speed ahead.
yeah, like we went axe throwing the other day and it was like no, it's fun as fuck. 'Cause you
Yeah.
throw some axes. It was chuggy. It was
There's a
weird.
dude and he gives you a long spiel
And
about
it's
how you
awkward
do
and
it.
uncomfortable, but
And,
it's like, fuck
and
it.
he's got these jokes that he's said a fucking 1,000 times.
Yeah.
you just go with it.
Just go with it. You
Yeah,
just
man.
go to the Lumineers concert, you light your lighter, and you go, hey!
The song is called Ho Hey, not Hey Ho.
Guys,
Excuse me.
I want to close up on me. I want to apologize.
Zoom in. No, punch in.
I want to apologize to all the Lumineer heads out there.
Punch
That was
in.
my bad.
We need to have a serious
Slow
song.
zoom.
There was a part where the lead guy had the fucking crowd in the palm of his hand, and he's telling the story. Who's like, I remember me and my wife going cross country in our van. I don't know if this is always sounds.
What does he talk?
And
What
it
does
was
he talk like
it was a
Foghorn
dark
Leghorn?
night. One of those nights where it's snowing and
I
it's
declare.
raining at the same time, and then our car flipped over. And we're sitting there, and the people come up from the road, and they crying because they think they see people die, but it's just us, like two ghosts smoking cigarettes, joking, all cut up and bloodied from the wreck. And that's when I knew that I was gonna write this next song. And my girlfriend and I are like, "What the fuck is happening?" But also, in the middle of that, my girlfriend looks to me, and she's like, it's sleet, or it's snow and it's rain, and my girlfriend's like, that's sleet. But the audience is like,
So poetic.
oh, hey.
Speaking of the Lumineers,
Yes.
I went home this weekend to Tulsa, which I assume
not the place.
is the biggest Lumineers population fan base ever.
Probably.
But Tulsa is the place you should live in your mid 30s because no one lives there. They have all the infrastructure for a city.
Is it walkable?
It's not walkable at all, but
Tulsa.
there's no lines for anything, and you can just zip around. Like, I was pleasantly surprised. We went to a museum. We went to an escape room. It's 2015 in Tulsa. The dream is alive.
Say, I haven't been
To steal
to Tulsa.
Eric's joke from before the show.
I've been in Tulsa in years. My dad used to coach there. I went to Oklahoma City because I went to the Oklahoma City bombing museum.
yeah. Is that the
The
place?
giggle was not necessary.
Is Tulsa the place from Watchmen?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, it is.
Yeah, they just figured
Fucking
that
love
out.
that show.
The Tulsa people just like
They
it-
didn't know.
No, we didn't. They
That
didn't.
happened
Nobody
for realsies?
Nobody. So
For some reason, that didn't get mentioned in the history
Well,
book.
wait, so the
Growing
people
up
in
there.
Philadelphia not know about the bombing?
I think most of America doesn't know about
So
that.
the Philadelphia thing at least had a book about it in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like there was a book about it. With the Tulsa thing, nobody told us.
No.
And then we got out of high school and was like, I'm sorry, what?
That's crazy.
And then it was like, go tell some people now that you know, and you go tell people.
See-
And like I told 2 or 3 people about, I was like, hey, Watchmen is all about alternate history, but that race massacre at the
one
beginning,
part,
that's not, that really
one,
happened.
That
Even-
one worst part,
yeah,
that was
was the real thing.
Even
And
down to the airplane, like, flying.
Yeah.
all of that shit was real.
Real.
And it was like, that's not alternate history. And it was like,
No.
wait, what? It's like,
No.
that happened like down the fucking street.
See,
But
Tulsa's like the opposite. That's the opposite of Georgia. In Georgia, they lean into it with the Georgia history.
Sure.
Like we had a whole chapter about like the revitalization of the KKK,
Right.
And how they like Stone Mountain. Everyone's heard of Stone Mountain. That's a KKK Confederate monument.
Right.
Like it's literally one of the biggest tourist attractions. That's where the KKK 3 dudes went back up there, the triumvirate of evil. They met and they shook hands and they were like, "Let's restart the KKK again." And that's in our textbooks, and they let us know that.
They
but
didn't let us know
they
any
don't
of
tell
that
us
shit.
it's bad, but,
But
they
you know
let
what,
us know it
Kayla? What
happened.
if we heard the other side
do we-
of that story?
The other side of the story is like lynching.
cut.
Okay.
Which side do you like more?
Sounds like something Eric, the Libertarian Gremlin,
Yeah.
would say.
Eric's like, it's my right as an American to take another American's life if I deem it feasible.
Right.
Why does he look like that? Why is his shorts so
Eric,
high?
the Libertarian
Yeah.
Gremlin. I really
doing
want a
his Chewie
lower
impression.
third. I just want like it to zip
Yeah.
on every time.
Did,
Assigning libertarian to a gremlin
You're-
is very fun. Like, you're like,
It's the Lord of the Rings. Just J.R. Tolkien is like,
and these are the libertarians.
they're all libertarians.
That's what the new Amazon Prime prequel is about, right? Libertarian Gremlins.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Libertarians.
Smeagol, the
Smeagol.
Libertarian Gremlin.
That's why he doesn't want to share the ring. It's his ring.
Right, it's
Yeah,
his.
he worked for it. Yeah. Finders keepers. He worked, he worked,
He pulled himself up by his bootstraps, and he earned that ring
earned it.
through hard work. And then fucking Bilbo comes by looking for a
looking
handout.
for a handout. Typical Hobbit.
States' rights.
Applying libertarianism to things like high fantasy.
Yeah.
So fucking funny, dude.
No,
That's
but-
so like the whole thing is camaraderie and working together to overcome a great evil.
No.
And just imagining a
No.
guy going, "No, you're pull yourself up by your bootstraps."
Yeah, you imagine having one libertarian in your adventuring party, and every time it's come to split the horde, he's like, "Well, okay, no, because I'm the one who maintained everyone's weapons,
We need
and I
to do
feel
this.
Yeah,
D&D But. We have to do D&D
but
But
one of you's a libertarian."
I want this. I want to play this.
This is such a good idea. It's everyone pulling in the same direction.
Except for one secret, we have one secret, and they don't know. You're supposed to hide it for as long as you can. Secret libertarian.
Find the libertarian.
And it's like, I don't know. He smokes weed, but he has some weird stuff about taxes. Like he doesn't believe in the monarchy, but he also believes in like an authoritarian state. So I don't know.
I'm into this.
I had a teacher in high school who was a libertarian, and he kind of made it known in a way that, like, I didn't think it was legal in Texas, but he had a framed picture of Ronald Reagan behind his desk.
Ew. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
I'm learning a lot about Reagan these days.
I feel like
I saw a thing the other day that was like, if you don't like something, it's probably Ronald Reagan's fault.
And it,
no, it is.
100%.
It's Reagan or Nixon.
Right.
Those are the two things that were pivotal. Like if that domino meme, that tiny one is like Reagan and Nixon, and then this one's just like, I don't know, fascism in the West. Like it's literally everything. It's like, damn, how come I can't afford a house on like a two-person income, and like my parents got a house for like a nickel? And it's like Reagan. It's because before Reagan, like when companies made a lot of money, they had to give it to their employees. But now that they can do tax buybacks, they give it to their CEOs so they can buy yachts and boats.
the only thing more
Houses.
fun
That's
about
the American dream.
the
Kid.
only
Yeah.
thing more fun than learning about Ronald Reagan is learning about Nancy Reagan.
Imagine Kayla is
throat goat
obsessed
Nancy
with
Reagan.
Nancy Reagan.
What is the story about Nancy Reagan? I don't know.
You don't know about throat goat Nancy
So
Reagan?
you know that Ronald Reagan was like a B-list actor in Hollywood.
Right, yeah.
So they were in
He
the
was
Hollywood
many
crowd.
good movies with chimps.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay,
So they were in the
sorry.
Hollywood crowd.
Got it.
Bunch of liberal lefty commies.
Right.
Yeah. So you know they did some liberal lefty commie shit, and Nancy Reagan. Throat
She
goat.
just had a reputation about town as being like
Really good at BJ's.
Yeah.
very good at
She
the gays,
sucked the best
in
dick
biz.
this side of the Mississippi and below the Mason-Dixon.
Who knew Nancy Reagan could play the tuba that well?
Oh man.
Concert level.
Yeah.
Oh God. Is she dead?
No,
Oh yeah, long dead.
Good.
But like Jimmy Carter's still alive.
Yeah,
he's really
Jimmy
old.
Carter is tangentially to blame because he was the one who lost the election that then gave us Reagan.
fair.
So Ronald
He was good,
Reagan
though.
was in a movie with a monkey.
Yeah.
And the movie was called Bedtime for Bonzo. And that monkey almost strangled him on set.
If only he'd finished the job. Okay,
I guess like
all right.
I
could go
guess
back in time.
Okay, so there are
and
two
let that
people. There are
monkey
two people
strangle
I hate:
Reagan.
that monkey and Abbott's tree.
So I guess the monkey was interested in Ronald Reagan's tie and started pulling on it, and Ronald Reagan started trying to pull away, and it just made
Oh
it tighter
dear.
and tighter.
Oh, not again. Uh-oh, here we go.
And then they had to cut the tie off because it had gotten so tight around his
Cinched around
neck.
him.
Yeah, there was no
Don't
way to
work with
actually
monkeys.
untie it.
Yeah,
Yeah, watch Nope.
Yes,
Yeah.
everyone's seen. Nope.
I had a full blown panic attack. during
I
that
did
scene.
too.
I was like, "Oops! I got to look at the floor for a little bit. I can't
were-
breathe."
I finally watched
Chemicals help with that, or was it just you just
No,
in your-
dog. I was just like hanging out. It was IMAX, and then that chimp scene happened, and I went, "Uh-oh, my heart's gonna explode."
I finally
See-
watched it this past weekend because now you can like rent it and watch
Okay,
it at
yeah.
home. It was good.
was
I liked
great.
it a lot.
I loved
yeah.
it.
I really
Well,
enjoyed
for like people who don't know, Drew, you're like probably the most learned in film industry stuff. Like you've had
sure.
the most IMDb credits or whatever the fuck. So like that would like when I met you, you were you were assistant director.
Yeah.
On MDB, and that was like you would have been responsible for the chimp that killed those people.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was a lot
Who
of
would've
that, and
rented
it was
the
also
chip?
just like, like
Dude,
just
did you vet that chimp?
right, just knowing how. Yeah, it was just a lot. Oh, and then I saw a really weird thing. Gus, I think you'll appreciate this. The aliens in Nope, which the children that were the aliens.
Yeah.
The not really. They're just
in costume.
It's like I guess it's a spoiler, whatever. But the bottom of their costume looks like a chimp, and then the top of their costume, I thought it looked like those barn owls, like
Yeah.
the alien
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
And it's not. And somebody made the connection the other day. It was like if you look at the film cameras in the studio when the chimp attacks, they're these big white things with like the two holes, and they look exactly like the film cameras that are being shot. And so it's like
shit.
the head of the camera and the body of a monkey. He does a bunch of weird like subtext.
I thought that
I didn't learn about the shoe yet either. There's an 18-minute YouTube video, but I
About the
haven't
shoe?
watched
it's
it
just
yet.
like standing on its end.
Yeah.
There were a couple of one very obvious. There were a couple of like I thought very. How can I put it? A couple anime references in that film.
Oh,
And-
the Akira
yeah, of course,
slide?
the Akira slide.
Because like he
Always.
was gonna direct the American Akira.
oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh,
That would have been good. That would have been good.
I'm
You
glad
can't
he
do it.
didn't.
That would have been good.
I can't think you can do. You can't do.
There's some things you can't.
I think it would have been good.
You are not able to adapt, and I think Akira is one of them.
Yep.
People have said that about lots of properties over the
Yeah.
years.
And what?
Is
And
it-
how did it turn out for them?
I will
Depends.
say Confederacy of Dunces, everybody said was a cursed production, and they've tried to make it a few times, and they never were able to, and always the lead actor of Confederacy of Dunces always died. It was like John Belushi, and then it was like, it just went through a bunch of people.
Oh, fuck.
But they were going to cast Zach Galifianakis in it, and then instead they made Baskets. And if you've ever read Confederacy of Dunces and watched Baskets, you realize like that show and that book are the same universe. Like they just took it and made a show out of.
We had an interesting conversation earlier.
This is my new favorite thing. It's movies that were spiritual successors or unofficial sequels to other movies.
Okay.
So like, oh God, what is it?
It's like the example I gave was My Blue Heaven is a sequel to Goodfellas.
Okay, sure.
There was The Conversation and Enemy of the State.
yeah.
Fun.
It's Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman both times.
Right, and he has the same
Oh!
mannerisms. There's another one.
Very good.
It was a Robert Redford flick. It was something.
3 Days of the Condor.
3 Days of the Condor and Spy Games.
Oh my God.
There's
That's
so
great.
many. I went down it's so fucking cool.
The one thing I always want to know is I've always wanted. I only know of two movies that do this, but a reply to another film made like a movie that you make that is a reply to somebody else's film. And the only example I have of this is Lost in Translation.
Okay.
Her. So like Scarlett Johansson is the lead in both of those, and it's Spike Jonze breaking up with a phone, like this person that he's talking to on the phone that's really far away, and so it's like, oh, that's a reply to that movie. And so
There
I'm
are
trying to think
two
of-
movies that in this spirit
Okay.
that I feel are very similar but have very different approaches. And I love these are two of my favorite movies
Okay.
of all time. One of them is Rushmore, and the other one's Ghost World. I feel like
Oh, very good.
those two movies run very parallel to each other.
Yes.
They're both absolutely
Also-
they're both absolutely excellent, and I think they complement each other very well.
Also, Royal Tenenbaums is so everybody's like you can't adapt. Everybody's wanted to adapt Catcher in the Rye forever, and you can't do it.
Ugh.
But
No interest. No thanks.
No thanks.
But
Whiny boy.
J.D. Salinger, other J.D. Salinger books have been adapted. Royal Tenenbaums is the Glass. If you're a literature person, the Glass family from that whole like universe is the Royal Tenenbaums. And basically, Wes Anderson. I was like watching it, and I was like, wait, she's in the tub, and she gets out of the thing. And I was like, that's Franny and Zoe. And then like I got the book about the Royal Tenenbaums. I was like, Wes Anderson's main influence was Franny and Zoe. And I was like, I did it. I cracked the case.
I love that because then you can imagine what an adaptation of Catcher in the Rye would be like, just
Right.
based off
And
of the tone and all that.
I'll argue until the end of
actors.
time. If you read Catcher in the Rye as an adult, you realize it's not like when you read it as a kid, you're like, oh, he's misunderstood like me.
Yeah.
When you read as an adult, you realize it's a man in his like 30s writing about how dumb it is to be a teenager and
Yeah.
how stupid teens are, and it's
Yeah.
just like that's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
It'd be like Gus writing a YA novel. It'd be like-
No, I hated Catcher in the Rye. I
It's
read it
not
when I was
good.
16, and I was like, this is fucking terrible.
It's just some dude who's just like, it's like, can we put him on some Lexapro or something? Like,
I shouldn't say it was terrible. It was just like I didn't see the appeal of it.
Reginald Vell Johnson is the same police officer in Ghostbusters, Die Hard, and Family Matters.
yeah. That's connected universe though.
So someone
yeah.
also said one, and I don't know if this is a joke or not. The Expanse is a
Mega
sequel
sex
to The
seller.
Martian.
No, I don't,
Probably not.
I don't think officially. I
That might
think
be a
was-
fan
Did you watch The
casting.
Expanse?
Yeah.
I got up to the final season, and Gus sent me something. There's like a Telltale game.
Yeah, they're making an Expanse.
Oh.
game.
Yeah, of what's her name? Drummer, who's like the fucking best girl. And I asked if I should watch the final season. Gus was like, "Don't bother." So,
Yeah, it did not end on the best note.
yeah, sorry if that was
No, leave it good in your
open.
mind. Leave it pure.
I'm waiting. It's in the mail right now. I bought Hyperion.
Dude, I was gonna ask ask you about this. I just bought it and I'm through chapters like 3. It's the fucking best. You're gonna love it. You want to do a book club?
Can you stop reading it so I can catch up?
Yes.
Really?
Dude, I think that they're going to try to do... Apparently, Bradley Cooper signed on with Warner Brothers. After they saw that Dune was, like, a success,
Banging? Yeah.
They're like, hey, yeah, let's do Hyperion. Unadaptable. They'll never... like. Only and if they did like HBO Max a TV series at the scale of
Sorry.
I don't know, Blaine. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know this, but Zaslav doesn't like movies. He said it. In
Daddy's
an
watching.
interview.
He's behind camera 6. with a couple of,
Hyperion
like-
sounds like a code name for a tax write-off scheme.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah,
Matt-
they're gonna greenlight it.
Matt and Jordan, I'm not a part of this. I'm not a part of this. Unadaptable. It's so fucking cool and so big. There's
so
no
A little
way.
while ago. Yeah.
I'm so excited to
Too
start
much
reading. It's in the
scripting.
mail. So.
It's cool.
Okay,
man.
good.
Oh, it's so. It's.
Do you know about this?
What?
Hyperion?
No.
It's a sci-fi book. Apparently, TikTok figured it out, and then on TikTok, it's like, it's my #1 sci-fi book.
Oh fuck, we had the same.
Yeah, we had the same
algorithm.
Why?
It's
What is it
Canterbury Tales in space.
about? I love the Canterbury.
Yeah, they're basically. It's like I'm gonna keep it vague. Several people on a pilgrimage to
Yeah.
a planet that sounds fucked, and there's like a big monster there that's fucked, and there's like time things that are fucked, and then a war on the brink of war, and you're hearing all of the stories of the people on their journey there, and it's fucked, and it's so cool.
Excited.
Okay.
I'm excited to read it.
There was sorry to circle back for a second. In chat, I forget who it was. Someone said, and I've read this before. Cyclone 117 said that. Have you seen those fan theories about how Sean Connery's character in The Rock is retired James Bond?
That was another great one. That's a great
Oh,
one.
that's a solid one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes
A good
perfect
reply.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear people making the connection of Event Horizon to Doom? And then and then other people saying the actual connection is Event Horizon to Warhammer 40K.
Oh,
which I thought
okay.
was very interesting.
Whoa.
I'm not familiar with Warhammer.
Warhammer's
but like
That's
it's
the
the
most
game, right?
gruesome.
Bleak.
it's Clive Barker, so it's the guy who did Hellraiser, did Event Horizon, which man,
It's
Event
like if
Horizon's great.
if Halo was like gothic as fuck
I
and
thought
terrible.
that was a tabletop game.
It is.
It is, but it's got a whole expanded universe, and Henry Cavill will come out with something.
Is it Cavill?
eventually.
That's how he says it.
Okay.
Okay.
I say Cavill.
Henry C is gonna probably bring it to in the same way that The Rock brought Black Adam. Henry Cavill
To the surface?
C is like he's like a really big guy, and I think he's a big enough name in Hollywood that he's gonna make it happen.
Okay.
It's fucking crazy, like brutal shit. People that are like live for millennia, but it's like a horrible life, and you could die if you're just a.
Do you think Henry Cavill, Caravel,
See?
is really into the things he says he's into, or do you
Yes.
think it's just for show to get like these big projects greenlit? Like, do you
No,
think
he's done like live streams where he like
how does
builds
he how does he
PCs and
have
shit.
time? How do you have time if you're a celebrity? I feel like
He's
if you were a
Superman.
celebrity, you'd be like. If you were a celebrity, you'd be like torn. Like I feel like you'd be always doing something. So it's like if you have time to do World of Warcraft or
Yeah,
build
he
a
does
PC,
nerdy shit.
Yeah.
There's
But
been
like,
like
not. But I assume if you get
I
to
feel
a
like-
certain status, you're just in meetings
But you have
or
to
like
remember,
photo
like,
shoots all the time.
there's like a bunch
people
of
for
rich people who like spend their times fucking around in Cabo and yachts and fancy stuff.
Oh, he just doesn't go
so
Cabo
he just
yacht.
goes to
Yeah.
game room with expensive computer for like gaming.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's at like
That's
the
why he's so
Warhammer.
pale.
He's at like the Warhammer like headquarters. They're constantly posting like, Henry stopped by again,
Henry came
and he's
by
constantly just
again.
like looking at their miniatures and shit. Like you fucking love to see it.
Like that's real.
I
right.
love
That's real love.
I love Henry because he's.
have you met him?
No.
All right.
And I never will, and I hope
I
I
have him on
don't.
my phone. You want to call him? I'm just kidding. I
No,
don't have him on my phone.
my favorite thing on the internet is seeing Big Loser Energy. It's the whole thing like every pound of weight that you lifted is a book you didn't read or a language you didn't learn. And then Henry's out here
Yeah,
Doing it all.
total Adonis.
Again, if you were an
He's a
X-Man,
nerd.
if you were an X-Man, you'd be Beast, right? Like that's your goal. Like,
Me?
Yeah, like jacked dude, very smart.
I want to be Wolverine. Bub.
Yeah,
All
Blaine
right.
does not want to be smart.
All right.
No, Blaine want
What
muscle.
X-Man
Blaine
do
don't
you
want
wanna be?
brain.
We want
I don't know.
muscle
What
and
X-Man do you
metal.
wanna be?
Metal
Nightcrawler.
claw.
Ooh, pick your X-Man. Also Wolverine. Can I do also Wolverine?
Oh, I don't know. Beast, sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
You're
I'll
Harry.
do it. Yeah.
I do Beast.
Who are you?
Beast or
Smart.
Juggernaut.
Nightcrawler.
I like Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got that blue tail.
Yeah.
Who knows what he does with that thing?
We all know what he does with.
He's Alan Cumming, so we all know what he's doing.
I like the cartoon version of him though, where he had like the long hair and the
Oh,
accent.
word.
Yeah.
Gambit's cool. I like Gambit,
No.
and I got that new.
I got that.
Don't do that.
Quit doing
Now I got that New Orleans accent nailed.
God.
I know it like it's the second language.
Just buy some deep fried chicken on
Can you say Suki?
Suki.
Suki.
Suki Stackhouse. I declare.
Going down to Publix.
Do they have Publix in Nolans?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, God,
I think
Publix.
it's
Gambit would
They
know.
got Publix down there in
I thought
Nolans?
Publix was only Florida.
It's
so the fact that you
Florida,
told me
and then
was-
it creeps up.
Yeah, Florida touches Georgia. So
Yeah.
Colossus.
Have you heard of the Florida Georgia line? Or the rapper Florida, who did a song with the Florida Georgia
I was in a
line?
meeting once where somebody kept saying Florida. They're like, "Who is Florida? Who is this Florida?" And then I was like, "It's
Florida.
Oh, right.
My favorite thing is when Kesha was in the background of his song, but nobody knew who Kesha was yet.
A word.
And it was like his very popular song when he was first coming out. And then like a year later, we got Kesha. And it's just her.
And the world has never been the same.
Man, the world hasn't been the same since the last time I was happy was the last time Kesha put out a summer album. And the world never was good again after that.
Is that when she was waking up in the tub feeling like P. Diddy?
Yeah. Put her glasses on. Yeah.
Did you see the video of her trying to give fucking Jerry Seinfeld a hug?
yeah.
No.
And he blows her
It
off
breaks
on the
your
red
heart.
carpet.
It's the worst thing in the whole world.
He's
Is he an
she's
asshole?
like,
Oh God, yeah.
hell yeah.
He has to be.
He
but
has
like
to, right?
you see him though, and you don't expect him to
wanna
be a
call him?
nice
He's gonna-
guy.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't want to assume he's an asshole just because he's one of those comedians that's like, everyone's afraid to laugh now.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't say anything. These college kids. I'm like, no, you're too rich and no, you can't relate to anyone.
He's a
unrelatable.
shitty old
You're
dude from New
unrelatable.
York. He's
Yeah.
an asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. I feel like at a certain point, if you get too famous as a comedian, you're no longer funny and relatable.
Sure.
It's like Kevin Hart, Ellen. Like, it just happens. It's just like,
You think Kevin Hart's mean?
You think
Yes.
Ellen's a comedian?
Oh.
nice. I think she says observations out loud.
She just doesn't have a
Oh,
filter.
there's no punchline. It's just
No, just
You
observations.
ever noticed?
Yeah. And then she just goes, yeah.
Man, is she associated with Warner? Are we
Yeah.
okay to
yeah.
talk?
Well,
fun?
no, they canceled her.
No,
they,
NBC Universal.
They deleted her animated show. No, that we had the Ellen animated show.
Whoops.
And no, it's gone.
There was an
Zaslav killed
animated
it.
Ellen show?
Yeah, she was a little kid, and she went on little kid adventures, and Zaslav deleted it from the face of the earth.
Young Ellen.
Little Ellen?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
Lil
called
Ellen.
Lil Ellen.
Lil Ellen.
You like look into her shit, like how she like brought on a celebrity who they thought might have been pregnant, and then she's like, "Hey, let's cheers to that. Here's some champagne." Putting her in a position where it's like she had to drink the champagne, and if she didn't, it would be suspicious, and she refused to drink the champagne. And then that's how she made her announce that she was
Jesus
pregnant.
Christ.
And then like a week or two later, that person miscarried.
It was
Oh,
Mariah
no.
Carey.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Holy shit.
Yeah. It was in 2008.
What the fuck?
There are so many horror stories.
She's
But,
it's
like,
a bunch of evil stories
like,
about her.
Ellen being an asshole was
Yeah.
around for a long time before it all came.
It just
to
wasn't
surface. I remember
public.
I remember being in college, and, like friends would go intern, and like they're like, "Oh, I was on the Ellen show," and it was like, "Yeah, she yelled at me because I looked at her in the eyes," or like,
Cool.
Then she swooped down and
Did she
I'm gonna
started
tell a story-
beating
I'm
me
gonna
with
tell
a
story.
phone
I don't know
book.
any of these people involved. I just know that Ellen is a staunch vegan, and it was like this was 15 years ago before you could have a gluten-free vegan cake.
Yeah.
And they like I remember my friend being like, I was an intern on the Ellen show, and we all ate the vegan cake, and I ordered the cake, and the cake wasn't vegan. Don't tell Ellen. Like, don't let this get back to Ellen. So I don't even remember who that person was, but I
Yeah.
know that they worked for the Ellen show,
Ellen's
and
Ellen's
Ellen was
people-
housing some non-vegan cakes.
You're gonna have
Her
a black
fuck
ops
you,
team
Ellen.
breaking into your shit.
Yeah,
tonight
I
and
know,
being like,
literally.
who was it?
Yeah.
She's
There's
like she's like friends with like George W. Bush. Like that's not a
Sure.
that's not a red flag.
Oh, it's cute. He's
It's like
CB.
he's a war criminal. He paints now. You know, Gacy painted too.
There's a good vegan bakery not too far from here.
Yeah?
Have you ever been there? Zucchini Kill. It's like
Oh, I
I
haven't been to
think
Zucchini
I've had that before.
I've done Rebel Cheese, and that place is dank.
real cheese is good.
Yeah.
Rebel cheeses.
Let's all go vegan.
That was a weird experience. Rebel
I'll go
cheese.
vegan.
Why was it weird?
I would never.
I don't know.
It's like a vegan deli close to the studio.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's fine. Rebel Cheese has thrown a drag show when we were hanging out at the dog park. That was
How many
have one-
Proud Boys did you see?
They have one just about every weekend, I think.
yeah, that's cool.
Like 6.
At the
It was a
Pride
bass trap,
show?
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where did they have the
Were,
You don't
were they?
know that?
Were they?
They've been like
Oh, yeah, they've been
like
boycotting-
boycotting and protesting and rolling up to like drag shows like the past 3 months.
But
fuck is that gonna do?
There's been a bunch of like counter
Terrorism.
armed leftists showed up to one in I think it was Bastrop. I'm not sure.
There was one in Texas this week where a bunch of armed gay people then showed up, and then it was a lot more of them.
Gays with guns.
Rainbow Glock.
Yeah, no, literally. There's a subreddit called
Liberal
Gun Owners.
I'm on it.
It's my favorite subreddit because they'll post shit. They'll post shit where it's like anyway, this is my kit, and it'll just be like just guns like you think when you see like a crazy person's guns, but then like their vest has like a trans pride flag on it, and it's just like this pussy grabs back or whatever, and it's just like okay. I guess.
Yeah,
we got our people too.
Someone's gotta protect us.
Yeah.
I love that subreddit.
When I was driving up to Oklahoma, so my grandmother was moving out of her house.
In the town of?
No.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
Had a bunch of shit that we had to go move, like hand to my parents that was left over in my grandma's house. She's alive. She just moved to assisted living.
Okay.
Whatever. But I knew you were going to ask. And so there was this one box in there that like we threw in the bed of the truck and just drove up to Oklahoma.
Was it porn?
Yeah,
it was not. It was a fucking shotgun. And my dad didn't tell me. And he was like, oh, good.
It
my
was
gun.
just rattling
He was just rattling around back there. And he was like, oh, good. My gun's here. And he like takes it out of the truck. And I was like, what? And he was
Pokes it a few times, some shells fly out.
Yeah, he opens it, shoots the shells. He's like, oh, didn't know that left those in there.
Left those in there.
Hey, I was
Whoops.
looking for these.
Yeah, I was like, hey, maybe next time when I'm moving guns across state lines,
Oh
you
my
let me know.
Oh,
He's
man.
like, oh yeah, I probably should have told you.
It's
that.
probably not a problem in Oklahoma. Definitely not a problem in
Yeah.
Texas.
Sure.
Yeah.
Drew, I'm
But-
so glad you're okay. The safety's broken on this
Right.
thing.
God.
Good Lord. Man, I think about this a lot. It's like one of those things that keeps me up at night thinking about what if. I had an airsoft gun, and it was a little shotgun, and you loaded it by putting the BBs into this like rod, and then you stick it down on the front barrel part, and then it just cocks them and moves them in.
Yeah.
And I remember like finding it. I was like going through my closet at one point, and I found it, and it was like years after airsoft was a fad. And I was looking at it, and I was like, I looked down the barrel,
No.
and then I like had my finger on the trigger, and I was like,
You almost got Cobain.
Oh,
maybe not.
There's
And
just
I turned it, and I shot it, and a BB flew out.
Oh,
two
shit.
different like multiverses.
you
like,
created two
like,
timelines.
There's
in
one
that
where I
moment.
would have been Nick Fury with the shittiest story.
Oh yeah,
how I
because
got
it's
my
a
gun.
BB. It wouldn't even kill
I don't
you.
feel like airsoft goes out of style. You just grow out. Like
Yeah.
there's like
Yeah.
every boy goes
It's
through like an
still cool.
airsoft phase.
There's like dudes that are like big in there.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on
Yeah,
airsoft
until
TikTok.
you reach
You are?
18 or 21 in some states.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Gus.
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to go skeet shooting. I haven't been skeet shooting since I moved to
So
Texas.
the shotgun that I have is actually my dad's. So he got my grandfather's. I have my dad's, and it is called a slam fire. And he
Okay.
was like, only
'Cause it
put
hurts?
one shell in it. Apparently, it's just where it's what they called like a trench sweeper during World War One.
Okay.
And yeah, so when you shoot it,
Did your grandpa steal a Nazi guy?
I don't know if he did or not. But like when you shoot it, and then when you pull forward on the shotgun, it shoots it again without having to pull
What?
the trigger.
Oh.
It's like the most dangerous fucking
It's,
gun.
it's
you
just a World War One version of an automatic weapon.
Pretty much.
That's
And-
insane.
yeah, and
So,
so-
it's like choom choom.
yeah, so you go boom, like boom, boom. Like
That's the
That
scariest
seems like the most
thing.
compromising position to
Yeah.
have a.
100%.
That's
And
the
so
scariest
and I was
thing I've
like,
ever heard.
I want to go skeet shooting with it. And he was like, good. Make sure you hit it on the first target and don't put more than one bullet in it or you're going to be on your ass and you might hit somebody. I was like, oh, cool. Thanks. I'm glad you gave this to me as a gift.
I want one of the ones that you can like, you pop it and then it has the thing.
You want the Terminator 2 gun.
You wanna
You want the T2 gun, which is just a reference to Stagecoach. John Wayne Stagecoach, because he loads it the same way.
I don't want to represent.
what is
John Wayne,
what
though.
is that?
They call
one
that a
called
breech
when you
barrel.
crack it open?
Breech barrel.
Breech
okay.
barrel.
Yeah.
I have an airsoft gun that's that.
But it was a so for T2 it was modified so he could swing it around and do
Because he
the little
broke his hand on one take
Right.
because he had the knot.
Because he's fucking
rubber
drunk all
one.
the time.
Wait, Arnold
Arnold?
Schwarzenegger was drunk all the time?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the
John Wayne?
John Wayne.
I was
John
like, don't
Wayne
you
was
besmirch
John Wayne was
Schwarzenegger.
drunk on every set he was ever on.
Yeah, I'm
Easily-
hearing
Even
that he
when
was a piece
even
of
when
shit.
he was a tech.
My favorite
Not tech, whatever
joke
they
in the
call tech back
Birdcage
then.
is when Nathan Lane walks across the restaurant and as John Wayne, and then Rob Williams is like, he was like, was that good? He's like, yeah, I just didn't know John Wayne walked like that. And then now I can't ever not see it because John Wayne absolutely
Absolutely walks
walks
like
like
that.
Nathan Lane, and it's perfect.
It's so good.
Yeah, watch that.
So
Birdcage
good.
is a perfect film.
It is one of the most perfect films.
It is my favorite film because it goes. It's that I feel like there's this thing about '90s movies where they just go
Mm-hmm.
because it's just like it's not like anything's built up. It's not like it's like this even the music. There's no like scoring.
No.
There's just it just happens. So it's just like they're at a gay club. Oh, this guy has a son. Nathan Lane is a drag queen.
It's just like a ball
it
rolling
just keeps
down
going,
a hill.
and then it's like, mistaken identities. Oh, her dad is a conservative Republican who's running for office. Like it's so good.
It's also
good.
It's one of the best blocked films I've ever seen. Like just
Blocked?
where the camera is in relation to the actors. There's like at one point at the very end, there's like this tracking shot that winds up landing on like a group, like a nice tableau of like 4 people standing around a chair. I'm not going to ruin the movie if you haven't seen it. It's very good.
So good. Please
But
watch
then
it.
The
On
entire
HBO
thing is like
Max.
you're following different people through the room as they're doing this
Yeah.
thing, and then there's a reveal at the end which turns around and they all like look into a mirror, and you don't see the camera, but it's like this perfectly framed mirror shot, and like that's like that's end of Act 3.
Yeah.
So it's like story to blocking is like one of the most perfectly
So good.
done films I've ever seen.
Perfect movie.
Yeah.
In chat, Moon Bowls for Dinner says that's called a slam fire trench gun.
That's right.
And
Slam
said-
fire.
Said it was kind of rare.
Oh,
Yeah, they're kind of rare and
Give it to
Kinda
your
scary.
son one day.
super scary. Yeah.
I'm like, are they rare because people throw them out when they see them
Probably.
do that? And they're like, oh, this is broken.
Probably. And like you can run through. That was the whole thing. Was like you would get if you were an enemy combatant, and you got in the trench, you could just like sweep the trench out
That's
because you
fucking
just
crazy.
blame
That's a very kind, peaceful way to say murder everyone
Murder
in front
everyone
of you.
in
Yeah.
your path. I can't shoot normal shotguns because I'm tiny.
Oh.
And
She just goes, "Wee!"
yeah, so I can only do like a side loading like Winchester
Yeah.
because otherwise I shot
Oh,
a
yeah.
normal gun one time and I don't bruise. I had a bruise like this big on my arm from that. It was stupid.
You know
It's crazy.
who I feel would own a slam fire shotgun would be Eric, the Libertarian Gremlin.
Come and take it.
Oh, there he is.
I was gonna say
He's not going to pay taxes, but still expect corporate bailouts for you.
I won't pay for it, but police, there's someone out front. Come help me. I know a skeet shooting place in Austin. If
Really?
you want to go,
Yeah.
it's
I wanna
all-
go.
Texas Clays.
Yeah,
Right?
It's
Yeah.
yeah. Was it Capital City Clay? Something.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
right.
It's,
Can we go?
Yeah, you have to like bring your own stuff, so we have to get it's
I'll just
getting done.
I'll just go to Walmart and buy a gun. It's so
I mean,
easy.
No, there's a dude in town. He's a gay army vet. So if you're going to support
hot.
anybody, you might want to get that guy.
Does he have skeet shooting?
I mean, he has guns that you could buy to then take
Oh.
to the skeet shooting place.
I don't think I could ever like own a gun.
Word.
Like I like I feel like every time I use a gun, I'm like that was so fun. No one should own this.
Yeah.
I'm just like
Yeah.
all guns should be like at the range and you have it in a locker.
locked up.
And like you can go and do all the fun stuff there and then you put it back in the locker.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like
It's
horrifying.
It's a tool whose
For
function
murder.
is death.
Yeah, that's
like
like-
a
like-
shovel, you can kill somebody, but it
Yeah.
digs a hole. A gun
Yeah.
has one function.
You can
don't-
shoot a hole.
You can shoot a hole. You can.
Yeah, like I don't believe like I won't shoot a handgun because those are only for murdering
Right.
people. But like a shotgun, you can hunt with them.
Right.
You can
Yeah, the
kill
boar or whatever they call it. What
wolves
was that
with them.
meme? The
What?
50.
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah.
Oh
that.
yeah, what if 30 to 50 feral hogs in my backyard? What am I supposed to do without my assault rifle with the extended mag?
Oh god.
That was my favorite meme. 30 to 50
forgot
feral
about that
hogs will
one.
not be fun. Never not be funny.
No.
No.
A treat.
It's so good. 30 to 50 feral hogs is what the Libertarian Goblin calls a Friday night.
Yeah.
We're all hanging out.
The worst part is the voice.
He goes real Shapiro in the
Yeah.
tent.
Libertarian goblins. Like, it's so funny.
Can we name this episode Dark Brandon?
I thought we were going to go with the
Can we-
Libertarian
Yeah.
Gremlin.
Or-
Yeah.
Yeah, can we-
Eric, the Libertarian Gremlin.
What? That's not what I want to call this episode.
Let's call it Let's Go
Why
Dark
would you call it
Brandon.
Eric's nickname? His real life nickname.
Let's Go Dark Brandon. I think that's a good episode.
Dark Brandon's a
title.
solid title.
Yeah.
No. What about
What if we
Kayla
just
and
drop
Gus
it? What if we
versus
ju-
the post office?
Hold on. What if we just call it Let's Go Brandon and then we get more views than we've ever gotten
What
before?
we call it? Let's go Dark Brandon.
No.
Let's go Dark Brandon.
No. No. They tune back in. They're like, finally.
I'm back.
I'm back.
Just all the comments on YouTube. I'm back.
All the comments are like, had me in the first half. Is anyone else like super misled by the titling of this episode? Someone Photoshop a MAGA hat on me in the thumbnail. It'll be great.
Oh, our own,
And then-
our
and
own
then-
Sydney Sweeney scandal.
Yeah, and then also Photoshop someone's face over my face.
That was my favorite thing that happened this weekend. Was
The Sweeney thing.
Sydney
yeah,
Sweeney.
That's so.
like her perfectly, she like had all these photos that were very strategic in the framing and stuff like that, and then her
And their
little
idiot brother.
My favorite was like it was the Homelander gif of Homelander like watching a TV and just slowly getting pissed off, and it's like Sydney Sweeney's dad
Yeah.
watching her on Euphoria getting bent over by.
Yeah, fucking a black guy. Also, she curated it. Still had the dude with the thin blue line T-shirt.
It was her dad, was it?
Is that her dad?
I don't know.
Dude, that was so fucking funny. That sent me when I saw, because like those kids trend all the time. I was like, oh, is she not getting paid enough? And then when I was scrolling through, I was like, this is the funniest thing I've seen.
But
in
on the
months.
other end, like there was some people that are like, what did people expect her to do? And then they showed the gif of Star-Lord shooting Kurt Russell. Just like I was just laughing at whoever was commenting on that shit.
it's so funny. That's okay. Zazlov's not gonna let there be a season 3 anyway, so who gives a shit?
Just stop it. Stop.
What?
Season 2
Yeah.
kind of.
Oh, you think he's gonna listen to this?
I don't know. You don't know, man.
A show like that costs money.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to use your brain.
You have to
and
write a
think.
script for that. We can't be having that. This show's he's not gonna cancel us. We're unscripted. It's cheap. It's easy to make.
$0.
Stop it. People are gonna like this is
Man.
gonna be the one where it's like the fall of Rooster Teeth, and then they show this
If
clip.
I had $1
If
for
I had
every
$1
time,
for every video, yeah.
Every time we fell. I made in circles. I made a post where it was like, I miss when Rooster Teeth used to make good merch, and it was the picture of the Pyrrha doll from like 5-6 years ago. Where
I like
she
how
was-
you made a tweet in circles and then you come on here.
And talk about
because
it. Hey, check it
I
out.
did it, but it's like it's funny. Like I could have posted that. I just wanted a little kick for my Rooster Teeth friends.
The problem I have is I don't use the Twitter app on my phone. I use a third-party app called Tweetbot.
Okay.
So it always lags behind, and the API it does not have parity with actual Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way for me to know when something gets posted to circles or it gets posted to regular. So it's like I saw that tweet and I was like, that's a weird tweet. And I had no idea it was on circles until you said it right now.
Twitter circles is going to be the downfall of corporate America. There's
oh,
more
absolutely.
fucking
It's-
shit talk
it is,
on
it
there.
is the
Yeah.
you're not on mute of
Yes.
of
Twitter,
2020.
yeah.
It is an
Yeah.
HR nightmare.
Fully.
You're not on mute, dude.
Fully.
And you're also, I'm starting to find out, I was talking to Eric about this, you're starting to find out like, oh, I'm in their circle?
Yeah,
Like,
you're like, oh, you
interesting.
like me. I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
know.
Oh, we trust each other?
I always feel like that with the green stories on
Yes.
Instagram. Like, ooh.
Oh, juicy.
I think I didn't know how to I still don't know how to do close friends. And so I think I found out about it one day, I think on like an MDB set. And it's so Barbara Dunkelman is my only close friend. Like the only person, if I want to post it close, it's like close friends.
It's just Barbara
It's
watching
just
it.
Barbara.
That's so funny.
I have the co-tweet feature.
What is that?
Cannot accept
I want that.
What is a co-tweet?
So like somebody can tweet and then it's like from both of you.
Yeah, like if you made a joke together and
like-
one of you like workshopping it, you can give him credit.
I have co-tweets that are just sitting there and it's like accept or deny and I go to accept nothing. It just takes me to the tweet. Nothing happens.
Got it.
And it's like, okay,
it's-
so what's this feature?
It's
What is
so
this?
dumb. It's so dumb.
Yeah. It's like, what is this then? I don't know. I keep like replying and just going like, accept, yes, thank you.
Sure, thanks.
You know what I learned this weekend from TikTok? TikTok taught me is that apparently like for some heterosexual people, they use close friends as like flirting and hooking up.
Oh.
Because it's like you put like people you want to fuck on your close friends list. So when you post, they're like,
That
oh,
seems
this
like
is
some
for me.
Zoomer Snapchat
No, it is
shit.
some Zoomer Snapchat shit. Because I was like, I feel like I put people who like I would go to like brunch with or like hang out with on after work on my close friends.
Most of my
list.
close friends are like people that are mutual follows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have more public facing like
Yeah.
accounts.
My rule of thumb is if I'm okay with this person knowing where I live, they can be close friends.
Oh.
Very good.
I'm
Not either.
No, I just don't ever use.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
ever
yeah.
post.
So none of us
It's just Barbara.
It's just Barbara Dunkelman.
Yeah. Only close friends.
No, it's just I just have two close friends. It's Ratman and the Libertarian Gremlin.
Cherry Goblin.
That's it. And now I'm gonna add Chewie the Chupacabra cat after.
Very good.
What is that fucked up framing? How high is the camera?
Yeah, I don't understand why it's like.
Oh, it's right there, actually.
I thought he was
that's-
holding his laptop forward.
Right. It's like toddler hands.
It's just,
it just
stop it. Stop.
it negates his torso.
This is a predatory angle.
So
little-
I use Twitter, but I'm not very popular. Like I've had a couple of viral hits. I think one was during the freeze.
Nice.
And I'm also not super popular on TikTok. And so and I'm going to be very vulnerable on the podcast right now.
Okay.
I use if Eric liked it or not as if it was good. That's
that's-
what I use as a litmus for did I do it was
it a
was
good
I
video?
Did I
funny
do it
enough
good?
or was that a good
That's
piece
what I
of
use
media?
Twitter
metric.
for. If Eric
Yeah.
likes it, then I know it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get to
How
workshop
many-
all my shit on
how-
Eric in the mornings.
How many people do you think at Rooster Teeth are of the
lot.
club of if Eric liked it, it was good content?
Most, if not all.
I feel like most, if not
Yeah.
all.
I'm sure there's
He's
like
our
a pretty
tastemaker.
good cell of people who are like conspiring to get Eric fucking shit canned. Probably.
I think so too.
You think how many people do you think at Rooster Teeth right now want to get you fired?
Let's see.
What's the ratio?
How many people are in broadcast?
No, you're above line.
There's two. Probably Mike Pirtle. There's three.
But he has that soundboard. What? He would be out of date
Yeah.
if you leave.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's all he needs. He's like, if I get rid of him, I can get his pay. And
I
have
will
to
be
say,
the Eric.
baby.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, keep talking. He's just getting more clips going in the AI.
We were filming something earlier, and Blaine made a comment about laughing, and then without missing a beat, Mike Pirtle played a soundboard of Blaine laughing.
But it's a laugh that I've never heard before.
Can you play it? Do you have it?
I'm pretty sure
I've heard you do that before.
laugh came from my home. I don't think I ever made that laugh in studio.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay.
The podcast is just a Mike Pirtle soundboard.
Yeah, it's just soundboard hour.
It's just it's just Mike in like a DJ booth at a club, just like one ear on, just playing different sounds.
One day you're gonna tune into RT live, and it's gonna be corpses with like string attached to our mouths, and Mike just going ha 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 ha.
When we were during pandemic, when we were during the heights of the pandemic, I should say, when we were all doing podcasts from home, Mike sent me the audio files for the Eric soundboard, and there are so many. I only have like on my Go XLR, I have a maximum of 12 different
Inputs.
like maps, soundboards I could map. So I just had to like put them all in one folder, and I just made one random Eric soundboard button on my Go XLR. Just like it plays one file at random
Roulette.
from the
That's
folder.
so
We
funny.
should put it on E-Bombs World.
What do you want from me?
There's so many, Mike. There were
we-
so many files in there.
We should just sell the Eric files like on the store like as a plug-in download.
I just
Yeah.
want a show
kidding
called
me?
The
Are
Eric
you
Files.
kidding me?
Yeah.
We should
Arguing with myself.
we
This
should
is the
we
worst.
should do it.
We should do a Spotify playlist.
I'm in hell. I'm in criminal hell.
Yeah, think of all the Face Jam dollars you can make. It's the ultimate Face
Wait,
Jam.
are there any?
Big dog's got to eat.
Was that you or him?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So specific. Which one do I shoot?
I have it on Twitch. I have a soundboard.
Of
Of
you?
yourself?
Yeah, so it's like, oh, you're 200 bits, and
Wait,
it's
you-
like a bunch of different sound bites that are just that bullshit.
You actually do Twitch? I thought
sometimes.
Yeah.
I thought that was a bit.
No, he
I
goes
thought like,
live.
anytime that you're on Twitter, you're like, sorry guys, no stream tonight. I'm doing some other stuff. I always thought that was a
No,
joke.
he, like, streams
that you
with
like
Michael.
didn't actually stream. It was just you being like,
There's like 200, 250 people that
Oh,
go
nice.
through. Yeah,
my,
yeah.
my favorite tweet ever was a Gavin tweet, and it was like amidst a bunch of people saying, "Sorry guys, no stream tonight." And Gavin, who does not have a Twitch, said, "Sorry guys, no stream tonight." And I was like, "Yes."
Oh no.
He's here too. All right, well, let's go ahead and let's wrap this one up.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun.
Good crew.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
What was the city you're from again?
huh?